Hi, my name is Vinny Bosio and the organism I selected is the killer whale. Another common name for the killer whale is orca. Furthermore, the scientific name for a killer whale is Orcinus orca. The killer whale's classification in the hierarchy is shown here in this diagram. It is in the kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, class Mammalia, order Cetacea, family Delphinidae, genus Orcinus, and species Orca. Killer whale can weigh up to 11 tons and can stretch out to about 32 feet in length. Killer whales have a black coating color on top with white patches on its undersides and near the eyes. When comparing the differences between female and male orcas, male orcas typically develop much larger pectoral flippers, dorsal fins, tail flukes, and girth in comparison to the typical female orca.
Moving on, literally and figuratively, killer whales can swim up to 28 miles per hour. They are among the fastest swimming marine mammals. When they want to just cruise around the ocean, they typically swim at an average 8 miles per hour. They will streamline their bodies underwater like a submarine to swim. They use their tail, which is called a fluke, to burst them forward with acceleration. The dorsal fins of the orca serve as a centerline and keeps the whale from rolling over on its side. In addition, killer whales are very smart animals. They learn to use their resources to their advantage. They will ride waves or await to consume energy while going twice as fast. They also will porpoise out of the water to create momentum while saving energy. You may even see a whale tailing behind a boat to ride the boat's wake.
Now, the diet of a killer whale is very broad. The killer whale is a generalist carnivore, which means they eat a large variety of different meats. Some examples of what a killer whale eats are seals, fish, dolphins, sharks, rays, whales, octopuses, and squid.
Moreover, the killer whale's name fits itself well in that they are at the top of the food web shown below.
Killer whales can be found in oceans all around the world. They range from California all the way to Russia. Although, most of them are found in cold waters around Alaska, Norway, and Antarctica. The most populated region of killer whales is the eastern North Pacific Ocean. Now, killer whales had to find a way to adapt to its environment and its big need to have food. In conclusion, they began to learn how to hunt in groups called pods.
Female killer whales reach sexual maturity between 7 and 16 years old, while males reach sexual maturity between 10 and 17.5 years old and typically do not reproduce until age 21. Female killer whales come into estrus several times a year. The female will mate with a male from another pod. The gestation period ranges from 15 to 18 months. The female typically gives birth to one calf. The mortality rate for calves is high at 37 to 50%. In several populations, it has been observed that all members of the pod will help to raise the calf. Weaning begins when the calf is 1 year old and will be complete by 2 years. It is estimated that the lifespans of wild females average 50 to 80 years, with some living considerably longer. Meanwhile, wild males live around 29 years on average, with a maximum of about 60 years. Killer whales are highly social and most live in social groups called pods. Individual whales tend to stay in their natal pods. Pods typically consist of a few to 20 or more animals, and larger groups sometimes form for temporary social interactions, mating, or seasonal concentrations of prey. Killer whales rely on underwater sound to feed, communicate, and navigate. Pod members communicate with each other through clicks, whistles, and pulse calls. Each pod in the eastern North Pacific possesses a unique set of calls that are learned and culturally transmitted among individuals. These calls maintain group cohesion and serve as family badges. Just like all animals, killer whales have to defend themselves. The toothed whales use their teeth to kill prey and protect themselves. To play offense, they will often use a coordinated hunting strategy and work as a team to catch prey. As I have already stated earlier, they are considered an apex predator, eating at the top of the food web. Many whales have been killed over the years. Because of this, all killer whales are protected under the MMPA, and the southern resident population is listed as an endangered species under the ESA. Conservation and management organizations have focused their conservation efforts to help rebuild endangered and depleted populations on the West Coast and Alaska. I have always been very interested in learning about not just killer whales, but all marine mammals. Their intelligence combined with their unique agility makes them one of the coolest creatures in the world. This is why I picked the killer whale as my animal.